Hello everyone. Welcome back to the AHIBS Podcast Series. Today is a special slot under AHIBS Alumni Voices. And with us today, we have our special guest, Dr. Nur Anis Nordin. Welcome back to AHIBS, Dr. Anis.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Nur Anis, my beloved supervisor. I'm so happy to be here today and it makes me so excited. It feels like coming home. UTM has been a part of my heart and journey. So hopefully today I'm able to share, to reflect and to inspire our young leaders.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Anis. So our today's topic is communicate to influence. And skills every future leader must master. So, Dr. Anis, before we discuss further about the topic, could you please share a brief about your background?
Yes, Prof. I'm a doctorate and business administration graduate from University Technology Malaysia. And currently, I serve the nation as an administrative and diplomatic officer at Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, MITI. My academic journey starts with a Bachelor of Computer Science in Software Engineering, University Technology Malaysia as well, followed by a Master in Business Administration from University Technology Mara, UITM, Postgraduate Diploma in Economics and Administration from University Malaya, and Postgraduate Diploma in Public Administration from Institute Tadbiran Awam Negara.
Thank you for that introduction, some background of yourself. So let us start from the beginning. Yeah? So Dr. Anis, take us back a little from being a student here at UTM all the way to becoming an administrative and diplomatic officer or PTD at MITI. So was this always the dreams?
Thank you very much, Prof. Honestly, I didn't wake up one day and go, yes, I want to be a PTD officer. It was actually a journey of discovering myself. UTM actually shaped a lot of that. I'm able to discover my strength, my values, and eventually I found out that I'm very passionate about policy, people, and purpose. That led me to public service, and here I am serving the nation.
All right, okay, good. And today's topic is about communication. I believe that it play a big role in your work, right, Dr. Anis?
Absolutely, Prof. In diplomacy, communication is everything. We negotiate, we build trust, we align interests, and we solve problems. None of that is possible without communication. And communication isn't just important in government, but also for students, managers, entrepreneurs, and everyone.
Let's unpack the title. So when you say communicate to influence, what does that really mean?
Most people think communication is about talking, but actually good communication is about impact. To me, communication to influence means you don't want people just to hear you. You want them to understand you, trust you, and be moved to action. There are 3 levels of communication. The first level is to inform, where the goal is I want you to know. Second level is to persuade, where the goal is I want you to agree. And the third level is to influence, where the goal is I want you to believe and be moved to action. Most people stops at level 1 to inform, but for future leaders, all of them must aim for the third level, which is to influence.
I love that, Dr. Anis. Don't just be understood, but create action. What is one real example from your work? Perhaps you want to share on that.
Well, sometimes we deal with multiple stakeholders, industry, agencies, international counterparts. In situations like that, sometimes interests are different and emotions can be high. So what's more important is that we have to listening before speaking, understanding motivation, framing messages clearly, and finding common ground between both sides.
And that is a skill students can use too, even in the group assignments, I believe, right?
Absolutely, Prof. It is not about winning on one side, but it's actually about aligning for both sides. And influence starts small. If we cannot influence a group of 5 or 10, how could we imagine we could influence in a room of 50 people or maybe a nation of 35 million someday? Yeah.
For our viewers, especially students, why is communication so crucial for future leaders?
Communication is very crucial because talent alone is not enough. We can be brilliant, hardworking and skilled, but if we cannot communicate, people won't notice our idea. We won't lead effectively, we will struggle to build trust, and we will lose opportunities to someone less talented but more articulate. Communication is the bridge between who we are and the impact that we want to make.
Alright, Dr. Anis, let's get practical. If you had to highlight the core communication skills every future leader must master, what would they be?
Thank you, Prof. There are many communication skills, but let's keep it simple. There are 3 essentials that every leader must master. The 3 essentials are clarity, credibility, and connection.
So, it's clarity, credibility, and connection. I can say that 3 C's, right?
Yes, the 3 C's. The first one is clarity. If we confuse them, we lose them. Future leaders must be able to communicate short, structured, and straight to the point.
So, messages that are short, structured, and straight to the point.
Yes, when we speak or write, we must ask ourselves, what is our message in one sentence? What do we want the listeners to do next? If we can't answer those, meaning that our communication is still not ready, our messages is still not clear to the audience.
You know what, Dr. Anis, right? When I listen to your explanation about clarity, it reminds me of your DBA presentation those days. And you actually always made complex ideas sound simple and grounded. And it is wonderful to see that you carrying that same principle into your leadership journey.
Thank you, Prof. I learned from the best. You always remind us that if we cannot explain our research clearly, meaning we don't understand them deep enough. So that lesson really stayed with me.
Right. Good to hear that. Alhamdulillah. I think the third point is on the credibility, right? So what is it? What is it about, Dr. Anis?
Credibility comes from truthfulness plus consistency plus empathy. When people trust us, they will follow us. So do our homework, use facts, not emotions, and be respectful even in disagreement. Credibility makes our voice carry weight, and that's where we can earn the trust from one person and even in whole room.
In academia and public service alike, credibility is everything. It is what sustains influence long after the conversations end.
Exactly, Prof. And it is built day by day. It is about how we speak, how we listen, and how we write.
And how about connection?
Connection is actually listening with empathy, reading the room, and able to adjusting our message to our audience. That is where connection and influence truly happens.
Absolutely, yeah. I can say that many people listen to respond, but influential communicators listen to understand. And as Stephen Covey, I remember Stephen Covey said, seek first to understand and then to be understood.
Definitely, Prof. Our tone, timing, and body language all matter. Remember, we are communicating even when we are silent.
So that is such an important point, Dr. Anis. I have seen you practice that, you have a calm presence and puts people at ease. That is real connection, I would say.
Thank you, Prof. I truly believe that connection is the heart of influence. When people feel heard, they feel safe and they are able to share more with us. This is where real collaboration begins and influence becomes possible. So if we can master these 3 principles, clarity, credibility, and connection, we are already communicating to influence.
I couldn't agree more. As your former supervisor, I'm just so proud to see how you have carried these values into your role and your voice as a leader. Perhaps you can share a real or relatable scenario from your diplomatic experience where communication made all the difference.
I can share a general example. In diplomacy, sometimes 2 parties want different interests, different outcomes. Both feel strongly. When we push too hard, we create conflict. But if we are too soft, we achieve nothing. What works is listening deeply, acknowledging concern, framing win-win situation and finding common ground. So with this, we can also practice in other situations. For example, students can also practice this in group discussion, or we can also practice even in family discussion.
Great, right? So before we wrap up, Dr. Anis, what will be your final message for UTM students and also young future leaders?
Thank you, Prof. I wish I'm still in the young category. Dear future leaders, my message would be, don't wait until you have a title to start communicating like a leader. Influence starts from where we are. Speak with purpose, listen with empathy. Our voice can be a bridge, not a barrier. Use it to uplift, not to tear down. Use it to connect, not divide. Use it to create impact, not noise. That's my message for our young leaders.
Dr. Anis, thank you very much for your wisdom, your warmth and your time. Right? Thank you so much.
You.
I really appreciate that. Right? And to all our listeners, right? Thank you for tuning in to the UTM AHIBS Podcast Series. If today's episode inspires you, please share it and talk about it. And most importantly, practice it. So until next time, keep communicating with purpose. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Bye-bye.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you.